The benefits and costs of free trade agreements. Free trade agreements, FTAs, are agreements between two or more countries that eliminate or reduce tariffs, quotas, and other trade barriers. Proponents of FTAs argue that they promote economic growth, create jobs, and increase consumer choice. At the same time, opponents claim that they can lead to job losses, increased inequality, and a loss of sovereignty. In this article, we will explore the benefits and costs of free trade agreements. One of the main benefits of free trade agreements is that they can increase trade between countries, leading to economic growth and job creation. By removing trade barriers such as tariffs and quotas, countries can specialize in the production of goods and services in which they have a comparative advantage and import goods and services that they cannot produce as efficiently. This can increase the overall efficiency of the global economy and lead to increased economic output. Another potential benefit of free trade agreements is that they can increase consumer choice by allowing access to a wider range of goods and services worldwide. By removing trade barriers, consumers can access goods and services that may not be available in their own country or that may be available at a lower cost from other countries. This can lead to increased competition, lower prices, and higher quality goods and services. However, opponents of free trade agreements argue that they can lead to job losses and increased inequality. When trade barriers are removed, businesses may relocate to countries with lower labor costs, leading to job losses in the country that previously produced those goods or services. This can lead to increased unemployment and a loss of income for workers. In addition, free trade agreements can lead to increased inequality, as the benefits of increased trade may be unevenly distributed across different sectors of the economy. Another potential consequence of free trade agreements is their impact on a country's sovereignty. When trade barriers are removed, countries may lose the ability to regulate their own economies and protect domestic industries. This can lead to a loss of control over key sectors of the economy and limit a country's ability to protect its own interests. However, these concerns can be mitigated by negotiating provisions in the agreement that protect key industries or allow for the use of trade remedies such as tariffs or quotas in certain circumstances. In conclusion, free trade agreements can have both benefits and costs, and their impact on an economy will depend on a range of factors such as the structure of the economy, the behavior of consumers and businesses, and global economic conditions. While free trade agreements can promote economic growth and increase consumer choice, they can also lead to job losses, increased inequality, and a loss of sovereignty. Policymakers must carefully weigh these factors when negotiating and implementing free trade agreements. Potential questions. What are free trade agreements, and how do they work? What are the arguments in favor of free trade agreements, and how do they promote economic growth? What are the arguments against free trade agreements, and how do they impact job markets and income inequality? What are the potential consequences of free trade agreements on a country's sovereignty, and how can they be mitigated?